Brett Favre, the FBI is trying to sack the Hall of Fame quarterback. In 2017, he took welfare money from the state of Mississippi to give motivational speeches. That money was supposed to be used to bring vulnerable children out of poverty. The funding came from the federal government, meaning you and me, the taxpayers. Favre received just over $1 million for the speeches, although it's not clear if he ever gave any speeches. Had that money gone to families, it would have provided food for 5,500 hungry kids. FBI agents recently questioned Favre about the scandal, and Favre's lawyer says the former quarterback didn't know how the money was supposed to be used. He since paid the money back, but he still owes more than $200,000 in interest. As of now, he's not charged with a crime. And keep in mind, Mississippi is the poorest state in America by many measures. This federal funding is crucial for children living in very difficult conditions there. So we bring in May Davis now. She's a senior legal fellow at the Independent Women's Legal Center. And May, thanks for joining us. What's the likelihood that Favre could face charges? And if charges are brought, what would they be?
Yeah, so there definitely have been criminal charges already brought in association with this misuse of funds, both state criminal charges and federal criminal charges. And those generally have to do with wire fraud, bribery, that sort of thing. So Brett Favre is going to be safe or, not so safe, depending on what he knew. If all he knew was that there was money, it was, available for speeches, and then he ultimately ended up not giving those speeches, I think he's going to be just fine. He did pay the money back. He might have to pay the interest back, but those are civil. That's not criminal. If he knew that this money was supposed to go for welfare, if he knew that he wasn't supposed to have this money and he somehow defrauded Mississippi, he lied in some way, then he's going to be in criminal trouble. I personally don't think that I've seen enough to say that he actually knew how this money was supposed to be spent. It seems to me a little bit more like, he took money, didn't give a speech, and gave it back.
Yeah, I wonder if the fact that he took the money and didn't give a speech would play into that case if it comes to a court case. He tweeted, did Brett Favre, about the allegations last year. He said, quote, "I'm doing all that I can to support this investigation to make things right for the people of Mississippi. And I have shared all that I know, which is that I was paid for 3 years of commercials that I did, and I paid taxes on the money as I should." So what would happen if he fails to pay the $200,000, which apparently all he owes is leftover that he owes, for interest on the $1 million that he was actually paid?
So the $200,000 plus is part of a civil lawsuit. So he's not going to face, jail time there. I think that's going to be, any sort of contract that's broken, that type of thing. So the court will either say you owe it or you won't. I guess at that point, if the court says you owe it and then you don't pay it back, then you're in contempt of court, and you go through that process. But I don't see Brett Favre saying no to a court asking him. Maybe he's been advised not to pay the interest because it makes him look guilty, somehow doing something wrong. But as far as right now, he says that he gave the money back. He does not think that he's liable for the interest. We'll see what the court says. Okay.
Well, now it's come headlines, recent headlines this week, because the FBI has gotten involved now. But this investigation has actually been playing out for about 3 years. How long do you expect this to continue before we actually learn of Brett Favre's ultimate fate in what's going on here?
So, like you said, this has been going on for a few years. They already had 2 people plead guilty, but those people are being given deals, potentially no time in jail, in order to name names. So they seem right now to be going after the state of Mississippi itself, saying that the Mississippi agency that's responsible for giving out welfare, that agency is totally corrupt, top to bottom, that they knew, but they are not right now saying that Brett Favre did anything wrong. So we'll see. But, the fact that you've got guilty pleas, the fact that you've got people talking, this might start moving a little more quicker.
Okay. Well, it's an amazing case and rife with corruption in the state government of Mississippi, at least. May Davis, always a pleasure. Thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.